Good morning, everyone. It's September 14th of 2025, and let's talk about the market. Um, I did a pre-market video on the 5th, and one of the things that we talked about was the possibility of the market actually going higher into the end of the week. And the moment I put that video out, I got quite a few messages from some haters, I guess is what you could call them, or some doubters, or people who are just too analytical, that said that there was absolutely, positively no way that the market could go higher. And I, I didn't retaliate. I didn't come back with some quick remark. All I said was, let's see what happens. Let's let it play out. And one of the things that you'll find out that when you get into trading is that you are always going to have people who want to call a top. And they're very analytical people who absolutely believe that their analytical technical process always works. And I'm here to tell you that that isn't the case. One of the best things that you can do as a trader is just do your own homework, trust your process, and let it play out. Don't let the news get involved. Don't let someone else's opinion or tweet or post or whatever you're following get into your soul, because that kind of noise is going to keep you from some really good moves. And I know that because I used to be that trader. I used to be the guy who would go seeking and trying to find everything in out there that would give me an edge. And then I realized my edge is being who I am, following my process, because it produces consistency. It's not a boom or bust theory. And some of you know what I'm talking about with the boom and bust. These are the people who post their P&L and have a tremendous day one day, and then they fall off of a cliff and you never hear from them again. Why are you following these people? Do your own homework. Learn how to do it by yourself. That is when you will truly know that you've made it as a trader. Is when you will respect the opinions of others, but you will have it in yourself to follow your process and not be influenced. The people who said all that negative stuff to me, they missed this tremendous move right here, right there. And that was a really nice move. Now, here is something I will say. I'm not calling a top, but I will tell you that the S&P, there's no one left to be short against here to the left, right? Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. Same with the Qs. We took out the previous high here and here, and now there's no one left to be short against. So the question is do we continue to go higher here, or do we trick everyone and we come back down and chop more through this zone right here? Because this right here, whether we like it or not, this chop zone right here is real. And look, all these people just keep getting chopped up in this zone. So we're trying to get out of it right now. But will we continue to run here, or will we fall right back into this box and come back down? This is why you have to keep an open mind. Let's look at TNA. Now, something different about TNA is that you'll notice that we have not gone to the highs. We have not taken out this level here, or this level here, or this level over here. So in my opinion, TNA still has a lot of room to run for the rest of the year. You could also say the same thing about UDOW here, or the Dow. We still have room to run back up through here, 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 and here. Now, am I saying that the S&P and the NASDAQ are going to fall off of a cliff and we're going to go back down? I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying that normally what happens is money moves from one indice to the next. And so that's how I'm playing it. Whether or not you choose to do that, that is up to you. As far as that said, that is a high level view of the indices. Let's take a look at my new watch list called Wait for the TTO. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that all these right here, for the most part, are in an uptrend, minus the day and week. But we're just waiting patiently for these to give us a setup on the day. So let's go ahead and sort this by the day, and let's take a look at Google. Google right here is an A15, which means it's been 15 days since we have crossed above the 10. I will not chase this here. I have enough discipline to say this is at an all-time high. I will not chase this. Next. Johnson & Johnson now is an A1, and it's an inside day, and we have earnings coming up right here. So if I'm thinking like a criminal, I am going to move this higher and try to stop out this group right here and take all their money. And hopefully, look, we'll be at all-time highs again for the year. So Johnson & Johnson will go to my daily setup. XLF, this is another one that's been at all-time highs for the year and the quarter. And now we just wanted it to pause. And so now maybe we will pause and go all the way back up to this 54.25 area. Or maybe we fail and we come back down here. We don't know what will happen. We just know that this inside candle right here is telling us they need to make a decision as far as what they'd like to do. XLF will be on my watch list. Wolf, this is one that has been on StockTwits quite a bit. And for those of you who have followed me for a while, we got what we wanted going into the week, and that was the 3 setup. And we actually took this trade from 990 all the way back up here to 1072, and then we took the money. Now it's setting up again to possibly go higher for next week, but just keep in mind that for the year, the quarter, the month, and the week, we'd have to go 2 up in order to go higher. So I'm not saying it can't, but look at this. This thing has magnitude of $16.80, and if they want to push it there, they definitely can. TXT, another one acting well. This right here has a 222 reversal up in force for the month. And even though this is set up for a 2-2 reversal next week, that doesn't mean that you will get that. It means that it could go 2-2-2, 2-2-1, or 2-2-3. Keep an open mind because we could get back up into here. And look, we paused right here, a 2-1 setup for the day. Frog, this one, not really interested in it. It's an A21. Zillow. Zillow has all this right here to go back through. Now, is it going to do it tomorrow? I don't think so, but I mean, anything is possible. But just keep in mind that Zillow is reversing on the biggest time frame, which is the year. So for a lot of the people out there who say, you know, I want to learn the strat, I don't have a lot of time because I have a full-time job, what do you think I should do? And my answer is find a time frame that allows you to make good decisions based upon the strat. For instance, if you look at the quarter right here, this is a 2-2-2 reversal and it hit target. So even if you got in right here at 73.21, you got a really nice move back up here. So you do not need to be in front of your screen in order for this to work. What you need to do is you need to educate yourself. You need to let it play out and then understand the potential for it to come back up to here. I think that is the most common mistake that I see when I work with a lot of people. is that they fail to see the big picture. What they do, they trade the moment for that cheap instant gratification, and they give up a really big move like this. All right, what else do we have? We have Tempest. This is one where we went 2-1 and we paused. All-time high for the year. And look, we could still get up here to this 91.45 again and possibly take this out. And look, yeah, 91.45 is the previous high, and we got as high as 91.06. Do you think they want to take 91.45 out? I think they do, but here's the deal. They also might reverse it, right? So you have to, like I said, you have to keep an open mind. Caterpillar, this is a beautiful, beautiful move from 2016 or 2020, whichever one you got into. And why am I saying that? Because I actually know people who got into this thing at 2016 and in 2020, and they're just sitting in this, just letting it work and just smiling the whole way. Now, is that possible? And the answer is yes. Yes. If you truly understand how price action works, and if you truly believe in the strat, you can trade off of a 1-year chart. Now, that is a really long time frame. Do I recommend that? Only if you want a very high level view of what you believe to be true and good. Otherwise, you can come down into the quarter or the month and the week and the day. Did you notice I did not say go into a 5-minute chart, a 3-minute chart, or a 1-minute chart for instant gratification? Let these stocks run and do what they do. Johnny Trader is probably one of the most patient traders in our group who has taken that to heart. And I don't think he would mind me saying this, but when he follows his rules and he is extremely patient, he has been rewarded more than losing money. He has done very well for himself since he has put these new rules in place. So now when we look at something like Zoom, this is an A21, the word you need to learn is next. Just move on from this. This thing has moved. We do not chase anything over A5 on the day. AOS, this one was a really nice breakout. We took this one when it went 212 up, and look, we hit target right here. Nice and easy move. And if you like consistency, or if you find that you're just a little nervous getting in a trade, you're either over leveraged, number one, or number two, you really don't understand the trade. So once you get to the point where you can get your emotions under control, you can start to take these daily trades of 212 up here, and it's going to build your confidence and your consistency, and you're going to start to see things turn, and you'll be in these trades longer and longer and longer. You're just going to see this improvement as you take more and more of these trades. Planet Labs, this one I would not take because it's already had a very big move. This is a great example of how a stock reverses on the year 222 right here. And look, when they reversed this thing, yes, they took it up, they shook people out, but then they moved it up, and then they went sideways, and then they took it right back up right after earnings. Great example. They're targeting this area right here, this 1215. And whether or not it gets there, I'm not sure, but I do know it gave you an opportunity to get in right here on the 2112. You could have taken it right to target here and been done with it. Or, again, if you're a long-term trader, you could have said, nope, I'm not going to take money until we hit this candle, and the top of this candle. It really depends on you. You have to define that as a trader. And until you learn how to do that and take money, you're going to probably rely upon other people. And that's a bad thing to do at times, unless you really, really trust those people. Bank of America, beautiful, beautiful stock. The year we had this correction and then the 322 reversal right here. and it ran right back here to target. And this thing looks like it wants to go higher. So just keep in mind, Bank of America is at all-time highs, but it could go higher or it could go lower. So keep an open mind with that. Let's go over one more here on the two down. Reddit, that's fairly new. Rocket. Rocket is one that I like. This is one where this has 1, 2, 3, 4 years where it could come back through and run back up to here. It's been acting well. You have more and more people getting into it. I know that because this price action right here told me they wanted it, they brought it back down, and then they took it back up. This is the run, rest, run action that we talk about within the group. And you can really, really see it on the day or on the week. And it's a really good price action to learn and to take to heart. But other than that, that's what I'm doing today. I'm just kind of doing my homework, but I just wanted to share some thoughts here as far as what I feel could happen with the market. Now, will it do it? I have no idea, okay? And I think that's probably one of the hardest things to learn when you're new to trading is how to kind of breathe the market, how to gauge what could happen next. And that's why I've always encouraged people who are fairly new to trading to come into the Discord server and just listen to what we're talking about in the voice channel. It costs you absolutely nothing. Let me say that again. It costs absolutely nothing just to listen and to educate. It's like going to college and being able to audit a course for free. But in this case, we really believe that the traders that we have in our Discord server, they're rock solid. And they're going to share with you what has worked for them. And here's the thing, they're totally transparent as far as the challenges that it took in order to get to that point. And I'm one of those guys. If you want me to tell you my story about trading, I am more than happy to tell you that I failed numerous times before it finally clicked. But once it clicked, it wasn't by luck. It was because I consistently showed up to learn. But here's the trick. I had to learn from the right people. You have to find the right group and you have to engage. You have to ask questions and you have to back test it. And that is when you know that you have the right group because you'll be able to back test and you'll start to see the change in your P&L. So if you're new to trading and if you're lost, please come to the Discord server. Come and ask questions. I won't bite, neither will any of the other people who are there. We are a solid group who love to help people because we really believe the more lives that we influence and change, the better off the world will be. All right, until then, take care and God bless.